Tonight on Newswatch, I'll give you the latest on the Iowa State Student Government elections.
And I have a story on the FAA refusing to ground planes.
And I'll tell you about Iowa State wrestling and their way to the NCAA. Stay tuned. You're watching Newswatch.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch. I'm Jim Heinrichs.
And I'm Cassandra Olson. Thank you for joining us.
A controversial bill allowing university student organizations to enforce discrimination against students passed the Iowa Senate on Monday. The bill was previously endorsed by Iowa State Student Government. Student Government later rescinded their endorsement after senators realized they didn't understand the bill's contents. If passed by the Iowa House of Representatives, one section of the bill would allow student organizations to bar LGBTQIA+ individuals from leadership positions. This would only be if the person's sexuality or gender identity countered the organization's beliefs or mission.
The Iowa State College of Design has received a grant that could benefit young adults with autism spectrum disorder. The grant was awarded by a nationwide design firm. Iowa State had the best project that used regenerative design. The design avoids waste by reusing sources of energy and materials. 5 College of Design faculty members applied for the grant. Julie Irish, an assistant professor in interior design, contributed. She says the grant will, quote, enable students to consider regenerative solutions with a practical purpose, unquote.
Ames 8th grader Grace McCunn received a $10,000 check yesterday afternoon at Blank Children's Hospital. U.S. Cellular named the 13-year-old one of their Future of Good 16 Under 16 award recipients for her humanitarian efforts. McCunn began fundraising for the hospital after she was a patient there in 5th grade. What started as a lemonade stand turned into an annual race and a documentary. McCunn says all of her award money will go to the Children's Hospital as a gift.
Iowa State's graduate program in Biosystems Engineering is #1. U.S. News and World Report magazine ranked graduate programs around the country. The program has held the #1 and #2 spots in previous years. Stephen Mickelson, the department chair, says he gives a lot of credit to new research facilities. He says ISU's research farms and the future feed mill and grain science complex are helping retain top faculty for the graduate students in Biosystems Engineering.
After a long campaign season full of debates covering a range of topics, students finally have the opportunity to choose who they want to see take charge of their student body. Sarah Peterson and I learned more. Iowa State student government elections are taking place this week, and students across campus have the opportunity to make their voices heard.
Voting is important because that's how you you communicate your opinions and how you participate in our democracy at Iowa State. And even on this local level in student government, a lot of things that student government do impacts your life. And if you don't vote, someone else will that doesn't agree with you. So the only way that you can ensure that you have a government that cares about you is by voting and having your voice be heard in that way.
This year's presidential candidates include Austin Graber, Cody Woodruff, and Benjamin Whittington. The candidates have spent the past few weeks campaigning and teaching students about their platforms.
Today, in my first lecture, someone came in and talked about how it is important to vote and everything, but mostly it's been through either the daily or through online resources.
In addition, students can vote on a number of Senate positions, which represent multiple areas of student life, including the different colleges, Greek life, and on or off-campus living. Voting will take place at vote.iastate.edu. For ISUtv, with Sarah Peterson, I'm Jim Heinrichs. Polls are open until 11:59 tomorrow night. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more news after these messages. Welcome back to Newswatch. A climate activism nonprofit is planning on doing a tour across the country to help inform others about their cause. The youth-focused organization, the Sunrise Movement, hopes to promote the Green New Deal, which focuses on fighting climate change and minimizing economic inequality. The group will appear in several major cities, including Des Moines, Iowa. Thus far, the only governmental support for the changes proposed in the Green New Deal has come from Democrats in Congress, and they will need a major increase in backing to start enacting this legislation.
The Federal Aviation Administration says there is no basis to ground Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircrafts. Countries around the world are expressing concern following Sunday's crash. A Boeing 737 MAX 8 went down in Ethiopia, killing 157 people. That was the second time the model has gone down in less than 6 months. Countries that have grounded the plane include the UK, China, and Australia. Major U.S. airlines, including American and Southwest Airlines, are continuing to operate the aircraft. The FAA says there is no evidence of a link between the two crashed flights.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi revoked an office space in the Capitol building from Vice President Mike Pence. The bonus office was given to Pence by former Speaker Paul Ryan as a gesture of warmth after the last presidential elections. Pence used the room very rarely, and he already had an office in the Senate side of the Capitol, which he's visited much more frequently. A House Democrat aide says that Pelosi plans to use this space as an office for the White House Legislative Affairs team.
Dozens of people were charged in the nation's largest college admissions scandal today. Federal prosecutors have charged 33 wealthy people with bribery in order to get their children into elite American universities. The charges ranged from doctoring test scores, lying, and buying spots at top schools. Coaches have also been accused of accepting millions of dollars to admit students. Prosecutors are saying that in many of the cases, students were unaware of their parents' deceptive actions.
We'll be right back with Jacob Voss and your weekly weather forecast. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Newswatch.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's check out the latest weather conditions this evening. We are seeing a lot of rain around the area. We are not seeing snow anymore. It's all rain around the area. In fact, we actually have some thunderstorms rolling through just to the south of Des Moines. Check out all this lightning just over to the east of Des Moines. We're going to see a chance at a couple of thunderstorms here in Ames overnight tonight into tomorrow. We've got a lot of rain on the way, so we have a flood watch in effect through Thursday evening. This is because we have a lot of snow melt happening, as well as about an inch of rain on the way. So a lot going on, not only here, but check out to our west. We have a blizzard warning out by Rapid City. They are expecting over a foot of snow out that way, so they're going to be seeing a lot of windy conditions. We're going to get our chance at some wind as well, but with all this rain, it's not going to blow around any snow in our area of Ames here anyway. So let's go into the temperatures right now. 36 degrees. These temperatures are going to be rising overnight all day into tomorrow as well. Check out the highs for tomorrow afternoon. 53 degrees here in Ames. Yes, we will be back into the 50s. However, it's going to be raining most of the day. So it's going to be a little bit tricky in terms of travel, both walking and traveling by car as we head into tomorrow. So let's check out the futures cast here. As going to tomorrow morning, we're expecting another round of rain around that 7:30 time. So if you're out early tomorrow morning, we will see another round of rain. Some thunder could be possible during that time as well. We'll see a break for a couple of hours, then another round to the early afternoon and late afternoon hours here at Ames, and then another break as we go into Thursday morning, and then we'll see another round as we go into Thursday afternoon. So just a couple rounds of rain, but notice we could have a few snowflakes on the back side of this. Way in the evening hours on Thursday, 11 p.m. there, we could see a couple flakes of snow. Our temperatures are going to be dropping drastically as we go throughout the day on Thursday. It's also going to be very, very windy, so we're going to be watching that closely. Windy on Friday, much calmer over the weekend, lots of sunshine. Any snow that's left will be melting very quickly because we are going to be in the 40s over the weekend. Here's your look at the rainfall forecast. An inch of rain possible here in Ames. We still have 2 inches of water in all of that snow on the ground as well, so that's where all that river flood flooding comes in. The rain mixed with the snow melt is going to be causing big time problems. We've got ice jams on some of our rivers already tonight. Check out the temperatures dropping on Thursday as well, down to 32 degrees by 8 p.m. That's where we could see a couple of those snowflakes as we head into the evening hours on Thursday. So let's check out the forecast for tonight. 38 degrees, staying very warm overnight. Rain, some thunder could be possible, especially around that 3-4 a.m. hour. As we go into the morning hours tomorrow, expect that rain right away. As we go into the afternoon, we'll see a couple breaks in the rain, but heavy rain possible at times tomorrow. 53 degrees, above average for this time of the year. Thursday, we'll see more windy conditions, more breaks in the rain on Thursday, not a whole lot more of accumulation there. Still windy on Friday, 40 degrees, 44 there on Saturday. As we end the next week, we're looking at the upper 40s, even 50 degrees once again on Tuesday. By the end of next week, we could be near 60 degrees here in Ames. That's all we got for weather tonight. We'll be right back with sports.
Welcome back to Newswatch. I'm Ben Olson with your sports report. The 15th ranked Iowa State wrestling squad claimed second place at the Big 12 championships this past week. Third ranked Oklahoma State took the championship home. The Cyclones received a stellar performance from third ranked Chase Straw, who won the title at 157 pounds with a 3-2 victory. This is the Cyclones' first individual championship since 2016. Third-ranked Jarrett Deegan also surpassed expectations as he narrowly lost in the 149-pound final with a 6-5 decision. Nonetheless, 9 Cyclones received automatic bids to the NCAA championships later this month, the most since 2010. Congrats to Coach Dresser and his team. The Iowa State women's basketball team played a hard-fought Big 12 championship game last night against the top-ranked Baylor Bears. The Cyclones entered the fourth quarter trailing Baylor by only 4 points, but the Bears' strength and size was too much to endure. Baylor went on to win the game 67-49. Alexa Middleton played terrific for Iowa State, scoring 18 points. Fellow seniors Bridget Carlton and Meredith Burkhall contributed 13 points and 7 points, respectively. The Cyclones reached the Big 12 championship after defeating Kansas 75-58 and Texas 75-69 in consecutive days. The Cyclone women now turn their attention to the NCAA tournament with the chance of hosting the first and second rounds in Hilton Coliseum. Tampering leading up to the NFL free agency period started Monday morning. The nearby Minnesota Vikings received good news today when linebacker Anthony Barr decided to forego a large contract with the New York Jets and re-sign for 5 years with his first team. The biggest free agency moves occurred when Super Bowl 52 star Nick Foles agreed to quarterback the Jacksonville Jaguars next season, and controversial wide receiver Antonio Brown signed a deal with the Oakland Raiders. Big-time names such as Le'Veon Bell will still be looking for teams when the official free agency period begins on Wednesday. The Oklahoma City Thunder's star player Russell Westbrook got into a heated exchange with a fan against the Utah Jazz on Monday night. According to Westbrook, comments from the fan felt racial and disrespectful. The fan was later identified as Wyoming resident Shane Kiesel. Other players have come to Westbrook's defense. Former Knicks guard Raymond Felton said fans need to realize that players can get heated during games, acknowledging that they are humans and they have feelings as well. That's all for sports, but don't go anywhere. Newswatch will be right back after the break.
Welcome back to Newswatch. A Texas community showed up in droves to support a local donut shop's grand opening. The donut shop, named Billy's Donuts, got the support after the owner's son tweeted a picture of Billy standing behind the counter with plenty of donuts and pastries, but no customers. The caption below the picture read, quote, "My dad is sad 'cause no one is coming to his new donut shop," end quote. The tweet went viral, bringing in many customers to the donut shop. Later that day, Billy's son posted a picture of he and his dad smiling behind the counter with very few donuts and pastries left, thanking everyone for their support.
Marge Simpson, Miss Piggy, Mrs. Doubtfire, Mary Catherine Gallagher. What do these characters have in common? Well, they were recreated by Bethany Pendergrass, a woman from New Mexico who is battling breast cancer. Pendergrass, who was diagnosed in May of 2018, started dressing up as pop culture icons to document her journey through cancer. All that she wants is for people to smile at the end of the day. Pendergrass says, quote, "Things can look better again, and that's my purpose behind it. Just reminding myself that it's going to be okay and there's better times ahead," unquote. Pendergrass is currently on her second round of chemotherapy and is scheduled to do radiation therapy later this year.
You know, that's a really positive way to take an approach to such a bleak situation. It's like really inspirational.
It really is, yeah. Definitely thinking and praying for Miss Pendergrass.
It's especially important nowadays to hear a message like that every now and then.
Oh yeah,
It is.
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely beneficial. Well, that's all we have for this edition of Newswatch.
Don't forget to follow us on social media at ISUtv.
And as always, stay warm, stay safe, and stay classy, Ames.